Let's look at the behavior equation. There's a professor, he's a German-American professor, Kurt Lewin. He said that behavior is a function of the person in the environment. And the formula says B equals a function of B, P, and E. So if I want to change my behavior, the first thing I must look at is the environment I find myself in. Because that person is in that environment. So the function of my behavior is me and the environment. And if I can change the environment, I can change my habits. And remember I've said, environment is not only external, but it's also intrinsic, which is your mind, internal. Which I'll come to the mind side of it later. But for now, I want us to focus on the external. It could be where you live. It could be the friends you have. It could even be the way your office is arranged. I come to your office, I come to your home and think, even in your car you drive, the environment in the car can also determine the way you behave. If I'm looking for something small and my office is cluttered, it takes me more hours to look for that particular thing. But if I have an arranged, organized office, it determines the behavior that I put up there. Is that not it? That's exactly what we're talking about here. Okay? Are we together? Good. So, let's look at the science of how habits work. In other words, how do our habits work? Now, all habits proceed through 4 stages. It starts with a cue. So, there's a stimuli, or what you call a stimulus, or a stimuli, if there are many. So, I'm driving or I'm going to Kampala, and I see somebody selling ice cream. So I see the ice cream. The first thing is that the ice cream becomes what? A cue. You understand a cue? A cue is a stimuli, if you like, or stimulus. Something that attracts me. So that becomes a cue. Or I go to a restaurant and I want to eat rice. But as I'm sitting and waiting for my rice, I see another person who has ordered chicken and maybe matoke. And the way it has been garnished, I said, now I call the waiter, please change my rice to what? Matoke and what? Why? Because the way the food was garnished served as what? A cue. So the moment that cue, I saw that cue, I started craving for it. Okay? You crave for the thing. Then when you crave for the thing, then there's a response. So I saw the garnished matoke food, the way it's been done, matoke and maybe fish or chicken, whatever, and I liked it, even though I was going to eat rice. But because I liked it and I saw it, I now say, look, change this for me. So I have taken an action. And when I take an action, then I get a reward. What is the reward? They bring me what I've ordered for. The moment I keep repeating that cycle, it becomes a habit. Are we together here? So a habit is formed by going through 4 stages. What I see, and we shall come to talk about perception when we come to paradigm. Everything we are doing today now is so important, guys, and I want you to follow very carefully. So whatever I see, what I pick from the environment, that statement I've just made, note it. What I pick from the environment becomes a cue, and that cue makes me desire for something. And when I desire for something, I take an action, which is called a response from me. Then when I take that response, then I get a reward, either satisfactory or regret. When I become so satisfied with the outcome of what I've gotten, I repeat the action. When I repeat the action, and I repeat it again, and I repeat it again, what happens? It becomes what? A habit. So if I want to change my outcome, I must look at what I'm looking at, the cue. Without the cue, there will not be a response. I won't crave for it. Are we together? I see somebody who has bought a new shoe, and I like the shoe. So I decide I also want to buy the shoe. Whether I can afford it or not, I don't know. But I go and say, can I buy it because I want to get it? I'll pay it on credit. So because I saw her wearing that new shoe, I crave for it. So what do? I go for it, which is a response. Then I get a reward. I wear it, and then I'm feeling good. But I can't pay. So now they come chasing me for the money. And because I cannot pay, what happens? Then I regret. Now, if I don't stop it, and I keep buying this on credit, then what's going to happen is that then I'm going to now repeat that action, then eventually I'll be in debt. So it's a process. It's what? A process. That's how habits are formed. And it can be as simple as sleeping. Suppose you wake up and study. It's cold. Then I sleep. So the cold, I picked up the signal from what? The outside. Oh, it's cold. So I cover myself with my duvet. Is that what it is? So I crave for more sleeping. So I sleep. Is that what it is? Then what happens? I get a response. I snore. I enjoy it. I get my reward. So by the time I wake up, whatever I was looking for, maybe I was supposed to be at a meeting at 10. 10 is gone. So if I don't regret it, and I still say, oh, what, let it be. Whatever will be, let it be. Then I sleep again. I keep repeating it. I'm adopting a new habit. Are we together? You see, life is so simple. If only we would allow it to be simple. Okay, so now this leads us to what we call a habit loop. So if you look at it, it starts from here. As I explained. You see the cue? Then it goes to a craving. It comes to the response. Then it comes what? To the reward. So the more I repeat this action, the habit is continuously scanning the environment. Okay? Predicting what will happen next and trying out different responses, the reward. So it either is a regret or positive. If it's positive, what do? I repeat it. So the cycle goes on. If it's not a positive thing and it's a regret thing, then I can break that cycle by changing the habit. That's why I say to people, the future can be predetermined to some extent. Why? Because your habits. I've heard people say, I don't know why I drink. When I get my salary, the money just goes through, they have punched holes in my fingers. That's okay, let's examine the holes. Which color is the hole? But you come to realize that it's the same loop that we keep repeating here. And that can apply to anything. Can apply to studies, can apply to working, can apply to financial management. Once I see the bottle, the beer, I crave for it. In fact, I remember even 2 months when we were with our friends and we were drinking, so I want to, then I go for it again. When I go for it again, the moment I say, bring it, that's a response. Then I get my reward. Either I get satisfaction or I get a regret. Now, in the moment I get a regret and I don't learn from that regret and I repeat the same cycle, then the habit is there. Then, remember we said that a habit is an action that has been repeated to become what? Automatic. When we come to paradigm, you understand what this habit thing means. Very, very important. And we shall come to it. There's a scripture in the Bible. It says, train up a child the way he should go. And when he grows, he will not depart from it. So, train up a child. First of all, determine how you want the child to be trained. Set it up as a key. You get the point? And once you set it up as a cue, the child understands it, he craves for it, he repeats it, and then the cycle goes on. The cycle goes on. So the habit is formed. So it's like savings, okay? Your father says, okay, whenever you go to school, I give you 10, eat 8, and bring 2. And then go and save the 2. You go and put the 2 in the bank. Then over 6 months, you realize that it's no more 2. Maybe it's about 20,000 now. So the design is there. So you keep repeating it. Eventually, you become a millionaire by the time you are 30. It's a habit. So, look, using this loop, if you were to break a certain thing, you know where to start from. For example, I told you to look at your challenges. What has been the challenge for you not achieving your goals. You can use the loop, the habit loop, and know which one to break. So you see, a lot of the things we go to church and we are praying, I bind you devil, I bind you devil, I bind you devil. We should be binding our habit loop, not the devil. Because if we understand the process, the devil has no chance.